Hi guys, so I'm going to do a reading tonight. I know, the president has not been picked. If anybody ever comes across this video, we are right. We're probably, I would say it's going to be either Thursday or Friday we find out, something like that. It's going to be a little bit, Nevada's going real slow, right? So I know everybody's on edge and everything like that. So I want to do type a nice light reading. I'm not going to predict the president because you guys can go back to my old videos to see who I predicted and so forth. I already felt Biden was going to win. That's at least what tarot was kind of popping up for me, that he was. Now, just to explain, when we do predictions, us current event tarot readers on YouTube or the various that you've seen over time, we are dealing with the most likely outcome. So something being fixed and set in stone is not exactly how it works. We're dealing with everything is leading up to this, as long as it goes, everything goes that way. Nothing crazy interferes and things like that. So we deal with especially most likely outcomes. So that's anytime I'm doing a reading, if I'm doing a relationship read, for example, because we're dealing with a lot of free will and so forth, I deal with most likely outcomes. So you could say a president is a real big one to predict, because you're kind of a vote is almost like someone expressing their free will, right? So I'm trying to predict the free will of millions expressing that to cause an effect and come up with the most likely outcome. So I just, and tarot just kind of maybe narrows it. It says this is most likely what's going to happen. So that's kind of how that works. And but yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Last night, because I knew that I know there's going to be a blue wave. I know that many Democrats mailed in ballots where Trump was telling everybody, go to the polls, don't mail. That's what he did. And that's the reason why last night, when everything just first gets counted, they were dealing with the polls. So everything was going red, right? But then here comes the blue wave and everything. So by the time I woke up in the morning, everything was completely different. It was a lot different, and it's looking more factual what's really going on as far as the voice of the American people. But I'm not going to lie, I started getting a little nervous. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Me and these other current event tarot readers have been doing this for months, and everything. But I'm like, remain calm. And that's when I went over to the group and I was like, nothing, hey, don't draw any conclusions right now. Anything can happen. And that's one of the things, this is, I tried to do predictions, on various things like Amy Coney Barrett, she was one I predicted would make it to the Supreme Court. Sometimes, it's a challenge for me to try to do it. I've been really trying to push myself as a reader to see if I can do things like this. But yeah, so you guys kind of know already. You can go back into my videos if you want to see any kind of some of the readings I had already done on the election. And I'm probably going to have to read even after the election, because we know someone wants to go to the Supreme Court, right? And that's kind of one of those gray areas I've kind of talked about. It's like, Biden wins, but what happens after? Okay, so I will tackle that later. Let's get through this phase. But this is just kind of a message to light people, kind of what does Spirit say, what's some kind of messages to get out. And I'm going to use the angel deck for that. Let's just get to it. And I know everybody's trying to cope, and, I know a lot of people, and I know I have some people who are Trump supporters who may watch my videos. Just remember, we're all one. We're all in this together, and I don't badmouth and see, there we go. Just as I was kind of thinking that, we've got the Nine of Air. That's the depression card, right? Nine of Swords, the depression card, expecting the worst. Now, no matter what side you're on, I think you all have been expecting the worst. Spirit's saying, stop doing that. You're going to be okay. Okay, Spirit's like, you're all sitting there expecting the worst. Don't you know I got you no matter what? No matter what candidate gets put into office, I got this. I got you. I'm going to take care of you. And I think that's, let me pull up for a little bit for that. I think that is really important, is we don't want to have this doom mentality, regardless what candidate. Like, even if Trump does get elected and he goes another 4 years, I just got to kind of accept that that's just the way things are, and I can only hope the best. Maybe would I find it likely he would do a good job? No, but I would of course hope that he would do a good job, and be able to get us to a better place. So, but yeah, that is a card, Nine of Air. So I know a lot of you are doing that right now. You're very scared. You've all got a hope of a certain candidate, to be able to win, and you're expecting the worst. And then at the same time, you're like, the person gets in office. What if everything goes to hell? I'm so scared. I understand you. Spirit's got you, though. Spirit's going to catch you. Okay. But yeah, that's no surprise, right? And I was doing a little bit of that last night, but I stepped back and, I told the Spirit, I'll accept whatever outcome there is. So we've got the Five of Fire. Five of Fire is it's a competition. Okay, it's very much a competition type of card with the Five Wands. You ever see it? And it almost looks like there's a couple way to look at it. It looks like a lot of an anger fight when you see the Five of Fire or the Five of Wands, everybody going to battle. But it's also a competition. It's almost like a sport. So we kind of, it's definitely a competition going on, right? Okay, so we've got the spirit of competition, and it's just, may the best man win is all we could say on that. But yes, that's not a surprise. These are pretty good cards, parallel to what's going on in the universe, expecting the worst, and then the major competition. This is the showdown, okay? This is the showdown. Okay, I do like the fact I've got the Dreamer at the foundation, because, one of the things I always tell you guys every time I see this card, which is the Fool, is all we can do is take a leap of faith and trust Spirit during this time. I've got the expecting the worst of the Nine of Air, but it's like, no, you need to trust me. Like I was just saying to you, was I not telling you I'm going to catch you, right? Didn't I say Spirit was saying, I'm going to catch you if you fall? Okay, and that's exactly what the Fool does. He jumps off a cliff. So what a perfect message for you. So, sometimes we got to just take a leap into the unknown, and come what may, figure it out and everything. So don't be afraid of the unknown right now. It's real important. That's, we're going into the unknown. Things are going to be different. And I feel like, people are kind of, will they be better though? We still got COVID, right? We still got COVID. Now we got the Five of Air, the other battle card. Yeah, it's getting real with these two candidates, okay? But one of the things is the Five of Air is the battle is also about coming to an end. For me, when I see it in tarot, it's a bloody one with the Five of Air. It's a brutal fight with that one. Okay, they've got the swords, right? And the swords, and what they do. But the good thing is the battle will finally come to an end, because we've been going through this for a few years now. Everybody anticipating this election and so forth. And, we're just exhausted. America is exhausted. We just want change. We just want a good economy, get back to our jobs, stop wearing these stupid masks. We're exhausted. Okay, so I've got the life experience card. That's at the very top. That is also the Tower. So we've got it just like it says on there, a significant life event. Okay, we could definitely see that this election is a very significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. So this is a major Tower moment. But all of 2020 has been a Tower, right? And, in a way, and whatever president that we get in there, we just want him to save us from this, lead us to the promised land. Okay. So that's very, that's the thing, and I know some of, let me pull it back, because I want to be bipartisan on my read. Okay. Because I want to be able to read for Trump supporters who are also in the dark right now. But, I guess what I was trying to say, is we want the right leader that can lead us to that light, and that's the main thing. Lead us out of COVID, lead us to a good economy, get us back to our jobs, get us back to being able to enjoy ourselves. We would just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? I want to be happy too. That's really, I don't want to be worrying about, that when I go to the grocery store, I could get a virus, and then I'm in the hospital fighting for my life just because I had to go to the store to get a few groceries. I'm tired of this. I'm exhausted. I know you're exhausted too. I feel you, and Spirit knows you're exhausted as well. And I really feel that COVID's not going to be forever, but how long it takes. We all got to get on board, man, because we're all doing many, many different things. It's like if people work against each other and they're all doing different kind of stuff, we just can't get in alignment. Okay, let me go back to the read. But yeah, I'm trying to be able to be open for both sides, people to read my read. I'm trying to talk to both. I see, that's what I'm talking about. See, just like I was saying, I've got the Ten of Earth, happy home life, financial prosperity, everything going good, good health. The Pentacles and the Ten of Earth can also be about good health. That's what we want. Just like it says, a very happy family life, financial security, finding the magic in the little things in life. So, that's one of the things. It's a very abundant and prosperous type of card. And that's all we want. We don't want to be poor. We don't want to be sick. We don't want to be struggling. We don't want to be unemployed. And that's what these candidates need to lead us in the right direction so we can get to the right place. So, yes, so of course, Spirit understands that. And you're not greedy to want, to want the dream. Isn't this about the American dream? Okay, I do like the fact, and I know you guys are all seeing the Ten of Swords going, but isn't that a very negative card? Yes, it is a very negative card. But just like the card says, the end of a difficult phase or situation. So that means that the worst is over. That's what it comes down to. The worst part of a situation, it's like, can't get any worse than this. And now we can kind of move on and go into a positive direction. So just like it says, the end of a difficult phase or situation, embrace the change. Notice it says that, and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction is another meaning for that. I don't know where they get the addiction card for the Doreen Virtue. I would have to look more into that. I suppose I could see it could be considered a rock bottom that I would kind of accept. But that is especially like the worst. We all, don't we all feel like the Ten of Swords guy laying there almost like a dead body with 10 swords in our back? We feel betrayed. We feel stabbed in the back, and we're exhausted. So, that's the good thing is moving through that phase, getting there. Now, I do like this, and this kind of makes me feel a little bit of what's been going on, is many people during 2020 had an awakening. Now, I know some people got put to sleep too, okay? There are some people who thought they were awakened, but they were really asleep, buying into illusions and so forth. Because, and I don't necessarily blame those people because I feel they were heavily manipulated. But there were still people who had an authentic awakening. There is something about facing something very huge like death. COVID obviously can lead to death, and facing your mortality and being vulnerable to something, especially that's so small, that could wreak havoc on your body. There's something about being so vulnerable as a human being that does awaken you. Okay, so many people had their awakenings during this time. A lot of people had maybe a false sense of security and so forth for a long time. But many people, I know a lot of people found the group, I'm having my awakening, and what do I do? I mean, a lot of people just even the last few years have been waking up like by the thousands. And then we've gotten the hopes and fears of the world. So, especially about going, and I'm going to call it a hope, going into a new phase. So we're coming from the end of a difficult phase or situation of the Ten of Swords, going into a new cycle with the world, which in my mini read that I did up in the group, this was popping up as well. So definitely we're ready for that new cycle, and we want a better world, right? What is the final card? I know you all want to know. Let's see. Yeah, it's not popping up yet. Hold on. I wait till they kind of jump out at me. There it is. I want to draw another one. Oh, beautiful. I'm so glad I came on to do this. I feel like you all need to see this. As many of you are women, 85% of my group is women. I've got the Queen of Waters, so especially the empath ability and so forth. You know, this getting in tune with the spiritual and everything and using the psychic gifts. Many of you are meant to do that, you know, and get out there and do that. But look what I drew. Unity. Is this what we're begging for? Us as spiritualists? I know there are people who want division. Let's face it, there are people who do want division. But if you're a spiritualist, especially an empath, who realizes that everything is connected, you want unity, okay? That's especially what we want during this time. That is so incredibly important. United States, right? United States. United. United we stand, divided we fall. That's what it's all about. So that's perfect. So I am very confident no matter what goes down, and I already feel how it's going to go down, but I feel that we can get on track positively. I really feel we can do that. So it's real important as I look at that Nine of Swords being the very first card to try to let go of expecting the worst. Thoughts create things. I was saying in the group today, thoughts create things, and as far as, oh my God, a civil war, things like that, don't speak these things into existence. Notice I'm not even doing any readings on anything like that. There are some things you just don't want to go. I'm going to draw from this new deck I got. I forgot the name of it. Oh, it's Power Igniter Affirmations. And it's kind of, what it does is it gives you a card. You're going to finish the affirmation. I always draw that card. That card, I swear. So I've got the card Perspective. So especially about having a new perspective during this time is really important. Like maybe you've held on to a certain perspective about the way things are going for a long time. And maybe we should just kind of broaden our horizons and try to see a bigger picture. Like maybe you're looking through the lens of expecting the worst during this time, right? Just like Spirit's saying. But then I've got the Dreamer, right? Then I've got the Fool that's like, take a leap of faith. I will catch you when you fall. I said that before I even pulled that card. That's the message Spirit's gave. Trust me. Sometimes we've got to trust Spirit. Yes, I'm going to throw you into the unknown, but can you trust me? And then we've got the card Action, and that's especially what we've been doing, is we took very serious action, getting out there, and it's beautiful, though, how many Americans went out and voted this year. I mean, they really took it seriously, and I think that, it's awesome to be part of a country that can do that. And yeah, there's some people trying to get in the way of that. It's pretty scary. But you know what? We're going to make it. And I always get gratitude, guys. I talk about gratitude. Be grateful for everything. And you know what I kind of think about the gratitude? I know, a lot of people complain about the country, how it was founded in Columbus. And this. Be grateful for this country, okay? Be grateful that we got a lot of problems right now, but we do live in a free nation. And we're starting to see, like, where we felt really helpless for a while, that all these people in the government are pulling the strings. I feel like this vote and everybody getting their voice in was able to show, no, we're the ones in charge. We are the ones in charge, and we're the ones having to say. And it's almost like we're taking our power back by recognizing it. We're the employer. We're the ones who put you into a job. Do you realize that now? We always are used to our leaders. Well, how do they become our leaders? We elect them. And we need to remember that, right? We need to remember that it's our voice that hires them. It's our voice that puts them in a position of power. The people do this. We are the employer. We're the CEO of the company, but they try to make us forget that. Always remember that. Don't forget that you technically are the boss among many bosses. It's just we all gotta kind of come to, a vote kind of agreement to who ends up going on to represent us. These are our representatives. They represent us, but we are the ones who are the boss. I hope you enjoyed my read.